Hey everyone, so far we've covered how to use measures. In this video we will cover when to use a calculated column. So let's start. So essentially, what's the difference between a calculated column and a measure? A calculated column uses the same DAX formula, but it is materialized. So it is calculated and stored in the DAX model when we define our formula. So why do we have a measure and why do we have a column? So let's say there is a really complex calculation, and if you try to find the context using DAX at runtime, it will take really long time, and it can really reduce the response time, and users might find the report unusable. So in that case, you might want to materialize that so it gets calculated and stored in the data model and is easier to fetch. But then it also comes with a cost that a lot of that data gets stored, and when the DAX model gets stored in RAM, it can increase the size of your data model and can also slow down your Power BI reports. So there are pros and cons that you need to look at. But essentially, when you've got a really complex calculation is when you would probably go with a materialized column or a column. You're looking at a calculation at a table level calculation that does not change. So we typically use measures that change depending on the context, or the change in context, or depending on the changes in the filter values. Now let's say that is not something that is going to happen, that you're not looking at something that changes with the change in context. You can use calculations for those. So going from the same premise, use the values to filter data. So if you've got any case conditions where anything is less than 10,000, you want to put in one bucket. Anything which is greater than 10,000 to maybe some other value, you want to put in another bucket, and the third one, and then you want to start filtering data on the basis of that. That thing can go into a calculated column. So in this video, we just covered when you would be using a calculated column. So you've got a really complex calculation, you would use a calculated column, so it gets materialized and it's faster to work with. When your calculation doesn't depend on the context, so in that case you'd use a measure, not a calculated column. Sorry, when your calculation depends on the context, you'll use a measure, but when it doesn't depend on the context, you will create a calculated column. That's probably more helpful. And when you're trying to group data on the basis of predefined conditions, maybe using calculated columns is a good idea. So in this video, we've covered the basic scenarios under which you will go for a calculated column versus measures. I hope you find this video useful, and thanks for watching this video. Please do subscribe to my channel and like my videos if you enjoy what I'm doing. Let me know if you would like me to take any specific topics. Cheers, bye.